But Donald Trump, he spent a lifetime tearing us down and devaluing our existence. He mocks women's bodies, disrespects our accomplishments, and brags about assault. Now he's bragging about killing Roe v. Wade. Just last night, he took credit again for enabling states like Georgia to pass cruel abortion bans that are taking away the right of women to make their own health care decisions. How far will he go? When will he stop? You know the answer. He won't. He won't. He said it himself last night in his own words. He's considering a national abortion ban. Donald Trump is dangerous to women and to our families.
That was Dr. Jill Biden speaking in Georgia, kicking off Women's History Month in March. At a campaign stop right there. As Dr. Jill Biden accurately points out, Donald Trump has a despicable history attacking and assaulting women. I want to share with you some of the video clips that you may have forgotten about, but I think it is important that we share this video and recall just what a vile and despicable person Donald Trump is. So let me share with you this clip from 2006. This is Miss North Carolina, Samantha Hulls, and here's what she has to say about Donald Trump inspecting women during beauty pageants. Play this clip.
Is it normal to see men in dressing rooms at pageants and the
No.
owner of the pageant?
No. The director of the North Carolina, South Carolina, Louisiana, and Alabama pageants, it's very much a family atmosphere. She doesn't even go backstage when the girls are getting ready. Only the female chaperones are allowed backstage in the dressing rooms with the girls. I've never had an experience where there were men or directors or anything like that walking back in the dressing rooms.
Yeah. As I understand, there you have an experience of something that happened the night before the pageant?
Well, not the night before the pageant, but when we were in New York City on the media tour, they were doing a book launch at Trump Towers for the Universal Beauty book, and they had a bunch of former Miss USAs and Miss Universes and all 51 of us, and we did the red carpet, and that was tons of fun. And then they lined us all up, and Trump went down the line, and he shook your hand and, looked you over, looked you up and down, head to toe, and was just checking everybody out.
And you thought you felt?
I felt very dirty. It was very creepy. It's kind of like when you're at a bar and a creepy guy is checking you out. That was the experience for me.
Here is Miss Arizona from 2001, Tasha Dixon, also describing Donald Trump's behavior. Play this clip.
He just came strolling right in. There was no second to put a robe on or any sort of clothing or anything. Some girls were topless, other girls were naked.
As Miss Arizona 2001, Tasha Dixon competed in the Miss USA pageant. Donald Trump owned the contest along with Miss Universe and Miss Teen USA for 19 years.
Our first introduction to him was when we were at the dress rehearsal and half naked changing into our bikinis. To have the owner come waltzing in when we're naked or half naked in a very physically vulnerable position, and then to have the pressure of the people that work for him telling us to go fawn all over him, go walk up to him, talk to him.
And Dixon has strong opinions about what she thinks were Trump's motivations.
I'm telling you, Donald Trump owned the pageant for the reason to utilize his power to get, around beautiful women.
Dixon, who lives in West Hollywood, was 18 at the time.
Who do you complain to? He owns the pageant. So there's no one to complain to. Everyone there works for him.
The year she competed, the theme was empowering women. And after hearing recent audio of Trump talking about women, she decided to speak out.
I miss Arizona, so I veer more on the conservative side. But I just like to choose what's right.
Dixon tells me she hadn't heard the stern audio before. We did reach out to several 2001 contestants, and those that responded declined to be interviewed. We did, however, receive a statement from former Miss California in 2009, Carrie Prejean Bowler. She said to us in a statement, to paint Mr. Trump as someone who would purposely walk into a women's dressing room and ask women to come and press him is the most disgusting accusation so far. Mr. Trump has empowered me as a woman, has given me career opportunities, and defended me during my reign as Miss California, USA. In the newsroom, Serene Branson, KCAL 9 News.
Here is Alicia Machado, and here's what she has to say as she was sitting next to Donald Trump and he attacked her weight. Play this clip.
For the first time in the history of the pageant, viewers can actually participate. There'll be a question up, and the viewers can actually call in and vote. Let's bring up the question. It says, should a pageant title holder be required to maintain her physical appearance during her reign? Why do you think this is an important question the viewers would care about?
Well, it's something that really has come up over the last year, and Alicia has done an incredible job. She really has turned out to be one of the great Miss Universes, I will say. And she had a little problem during the middle where she gained a little weight.
I don't think so.
Yeah, she's probably right.
I don't think so.
Okay. And so...
Well, let's talk about that debate, because it's interesting. The viewers are going to make a decision today, and they're going to vote in one way or the other. Alicia, do you think that should matter? Because after all, you were voted in as being the most beautiful woman in the world.
I am the most beautiful woman in the world.
I certainly don't doubt that.
With 20 pounds or no pounds, I am the most beautiful woman in the world.
Do you not think that it's important to maintain a certain look during that year?
Yes, of course, but I think all women in the world have a problem with the weight.
Right.
And I think maybe I had some problem with this, but I'm fine now. And I think 15 pounds is nothing with 20 years old. And I think the most important for the next Miss Universe, and then is no more dinners, no more lunch, no more breakfast, and no more when you travel, diplomatic dinners and parties.
I think what Donald's talking about, and I think most people agree, that there is a look to Miss Universe.
And more time for go to the gym. It's very important because when you are Miss Universe, you don't have time for nothing.
Right. Donald, how do you think that this Miss Universe will be different from the others?
Well, I don't know that it's going to be different. We have many beautiful women, and it's actually incredible. I was over there today, and the women are magnificent. And so I don't think it's going to be different. It's going to be more of the same, and it's going to be terrific.
Here's what Donald Trump had to say about Rosie O'Donnell, and he repeated this over and over again about her. Play this clip.
If I were running The View, I'd fire Rosie. I mean, I'd look her right in that fat, ugly face of hers. I'd say, Rosie, you're fired. We're all a little chubby, but Rosie's just worse than most of us. But it's not the chubbiness. Rosie is a very unattractive person, both inside and...
Here's Donald Trump in his own words, speaking about going into... This is when he was controlling Miss Teen USA. Here he would talk about going into the dressing room of little girls to watch them undress. Play this clip.
Well, you could also say, as the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation to do that.
So you have done that. Now,
I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. Right, I want to make sure that
like
everything is good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women. And so I sort of get away with things.
Here's what Donald Trump said about his own daughter, Ivanka. Play the clip.
We want to know a little bit more about you guys, so we play this game here. It's called Fave 5. I'll ask the question. Ivanka, you answer first, and then Dad, you answer also.
This is tough.
Okay, Ivanka, what's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that part.
This is what Donald Trump said about Lindsay Lohan when she was only 18 years old. This is what Donald Trump said about her. Play the clip.
What do you think of Lindsay Lohan now?
I think she's hot.
There's something there, right?
Yes.
But you have to like freckles. I've seen a close-up of her chest.
Yes.
And a lot of freckles. Are you into freckles?
If the father's a wreck like the way he is.
Right.
You imagine the sex with this troubled...
Yeah, you're probably right. She's probably deeply troubled and therefore great in bed.
Back in the day...
How come the deeply troubled women?
Yes.
Deeply troubled.
Right.
They're always the best in bed. If reason what I said is true. I mean, they're just unbelievable. I can tell from the... You don't want to be with them for the long term, but for the short term, there's nothing.
This is what Donald Trump said about Paris Hilton when she was only about 12 or 13 years old. Play the clip.
Really beautiful is Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton. And I've known Paris Hilton from the time she's 12.
She's hot.
Her parents are friends of mine, and, you know, the first time I saw her, she walked into the room and said, who the hell is that?
Did you want to bang her?
She is well, at 12 I wasn't interested. I've never been into that.
Right.
They've sort of always stuck around that 25 category.
But even at 12, you were kind of
No, but
wow, she's hot.
I saw at 12 she was beautiful. But honestly, you know, Paris gets knocked and this and that, but she's very beautiful.
Is she dumb?
Flawless. She's dumb like a fox.
Have you seen the video, the sex video?
I have seen it.
You did. What'd you do? You went on the internet?
it was just
How did you see that? What did you do?
Melania showed it to me.
She did?
She showed it to me.
What did you think of that?
I think it's probably unfortunate, and perhaps it made... What is that noise?
That's the tape.
Here's Donald Trump from his deposition in the E. Jean Carroll case, where a federal jury found Donald Trump liable as an adjudicated rapist. Yes, Donald Trump is now an adjudicated rapist. He was also found liable for defaming his victim. He was even defaming her in court. And a jury awarded E. Jean Carroll $83.3 million. Here is Donald Trump at the deposition when he was shown the Access Hollywood tape. Play this clip.
And you say, and again, this has become very famous in this video, I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything. That's what you said, correct?
Well, historically, that's true with stars.
It's true with stars that they can grab women by the pussy?
Well, that's what it's. If you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not always, but largely true. Unfortunately or fortunately.
And you consider yourself to be a star?
I think you can say that, yeah.
Here's what Donald Trump has to say about Stormy Daniels, who he had sex with and then made a hush money payment to and falsified his business records to cover it up, while his wife, Melania, had just given birth to their first son, Barron. Play the clip.
To bring charges against me for now ancient no affair story of Stormy Horseface Daniels, no attraction. No affair, I call it no affair. Where there is no crime anyway.
Let me just read what Donald Trump had to say about Jeffrey Epstein. In 2002, Trump told New York Magazine that he thought Epstein was a, quote, terrific guy and noted his penchant for pursuing women, quote, on the younger side. It's a direct quote from Donald Trump. Quote, I've known Jeff for 15 years, terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. It should also be noted the way he met Melania was at a place called the Kit Kat Club from a modeling agency that brought in Eastern European women and would hold events at clubs. And that's how Donald Trump met Melania. So it's going to be important that Dr. Jill Biden is on the campaign trail, speaking out the way she did right there and exposing Donald Trump's despicable past. Make sure you share this video with people, folks. It's so important to get the word out. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million subscribers together. Have a wonderful day.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.